10. Rest in a bookshelf. A significant number of us like to twist up with a decent book in bed before floating off to rest. In any case, in Tokyo, book sweethearts can really rest for the night in a bookshelf. The first book in bed opened in a Kabukido in 2015 to give a tranquil and surprising convenience alternative. The idea of slithering into a shelf for the night turned out to be well known to such an extent that the inns are currently accessible in 6 areas across Japan. They give an enormous assortment of books for visitors to browse before moving into their active prose for the night. The private bunks are encircled by compressed wood shelves, with exceptionally essential sheet material gave. The biggest of the cubby holes are only 1.8 by 1.2 meters, 6 ft x 4 ft, so you will positively be twisting up with your book for the evening. Number 9. Sleep in a toadstool or tree stump. Extravagant nutting off in the center of a legendary pixie ring. And an inn Sweden houses its visitors in dream toadstools and tree stumps. The Nordvarn Hotel by the Geta Canal looks genuinely whimsical from the start. It additionally gives 2 or 3 peculiar lodges for an exceptionally irregular stay. A cutting apparatus craftsman created rooms fit for a troll out of wood, some end, and compressed wood inside the grounds of the old factory. Red and white spotted mushrooms or amazing tree stumps give elective visitor housing by the waterway. The lodges appear as though something straight out of a youngster's storybook. To inside, the lodge is made for genuinely agreeable rooms, which, shockingly, can rest up to 4 individuals. Given the chilly Swedish winters, this may be one remarkable settlement experience best held for the hotter summer months. Number 8. Faralda Crane Hotel. Hoping to consolidate your inner domain with a little adrenaline-filled movement? Amsterdam lodging visitors can book a room in a neglected crane in the city's old modern community just as taken a spot of bungee bouncing from the top. The 45-meter-high, 148 ft, crane in Amsterdam Naird has been changed over into 3 boutique inn suites, and the highest point of the crane includes a jacuzzi and a bungee hopping stage. Passage to the suites is by means of a glass lift. Simply don't look down. Despite the extremely mechanical beginnings of the lodging, it is now glow top-of-the-line extravagance. The crane tends to influence in the breeze, however. Visitors are even ready to work the crane so as to swing it around for a superior view over the city. Number 7. Hang Nga Guest House. At first, the Hang Nga Guest House in Da Lat, Vietnam, may glance progressively like something out of a bad dream. Inside, it is intended to take after something out of Alice in Wonderland into the youngsters' accounts. There are no straight lines, and the awe-inspiring inner format appears as though something out of an Escher drawing. The crazy house, as it is known to local people, was planned by a Vietnamese engineer who made it a some degree strange guest house taking after an enormous, contorted tree. All things considered. Inside, the house takes after a woodland, with winding flights of stairs and scaffolds interfacing the different levels, in a virtual labyrinth of rooms and nursery walkways. As you investigate the bird lobbies, you will discover toadstools, spider webs, and even birds all through the 10 themed visitor rooms. There would absolutely be no deficiency of things to dream about. Number 6. Silo Stay. You could be pardoned for speculation. An adjusted high-rise outside Christchurch, New Zealand, was really a grain stockpiling warehouse, not so much some place you would consider remaining for the evening. Be that as it may, the gleaming, round, silver storehouses have really been repurposed to give a one-of-a-kind convenience experience from the outside. The 9-grain storehouses look like impossible settlement. However, they have really been changed over to give grand-winning echo-accommodating convenience. Visitors appreciate a living zone, remembering a kitchen for the ground floor, with a room and restroom on the upper level. The incubated the storehouse opens to give a brilliant view from bed, just as a powerful cooling framework in the hotter months. Number 5. Sleep in a UFO. Scarified space lovers may appreciate the chance to go through the night in a UFO. Various UFO-themed inns have showed up far and wide to take into account science fiction fans or visitors simply searching for something a little different. A Welsh couple bought a holder from the London Olympics, which they redesigned to give a UFO-styled airband. The Spotonic stylistic theme incorporates spacesuits and LED lighting to set the extraterrestrial subject inside the UFO-formed accommodation. A comparable UFO alternative is accessible in a Swedish-themed inn, which likewise offers visitors the chance to rest in a wind animal's home or a Goliath knick-knack swinging from a tree. AC Hanisfetal offers visitors the chance to appreciate submerged perspectives in their incompletely lowered UFO. Number 4. Tree pods in Cornwall. For those not unfriendly to swinging noticeable all around for the evening, a tree case might be an appealing settlement alternative. The Lost Meadows tree pods in Cornwall, UK, are trinket-like rooms lifted 3 meters, 10 ft, into the air. The tree tents are somewhere between glamping and lodging. While you have an ordinary bed to rest on, kitchen and restroom offices are situated on the ground beneath. The tree tent's development depends on the plans of early carriers. Visitors climb a tight flight of stairs to their rooms, which contain a bed and a wood burner to keep the cold at bay. Some portion of the divider can be lifted back to appreciate seas over the timberland or appreciate the dawn with your neighboring untamed life. You will, be that as it may, need to come out of your case to spend a penny or make the morning espresso in the mutual kitchen. Number 3. Dog Park Inn. We're all acquainted with the expression resting in the doghouse. However, U.S. quaint little inn gives an entirely different importance to the expression. In central Idaho, hunterlings can appreciate the curiosity of resting inside a Goliath beagle. The 2-storied beagle-formed structure is referred to tenderly as Sweet Willie to local people. A woodcutting couple spent significant time in hand carvings in the end stretched out their enthusiasm to make an extraordinary canine-themed accommodation operating as an inn. The guest house has a very pooch-themed stylistic layout. Directly down, deep down, molded bread rolls you are served. The highest floor of the structure permits you to take in the perspectives over the zone from Willie's nose. Number 2. Volcano Hotel. Somewhere down in the chilling rainforests, you probably won't be amazed to go over the outwell of lava. In any case, sites researching for a hobbit-like encounter can take a stab at remaining in a vine-shrouded mountain. Complete with a water spout mimicking a volcanic emission, Chili's Montana Magical Lodge is situated in a remote nature reserve. The cone-shaped inn may appear to be valued yet is man-made, total with vegetation planted down the dividers of the building. Gabled windows look out from the visitor rooms between the characteristic foliage. Enhancements incorporate hot tubs cut out of tree stumps and a green through the encompassing rainforest. You nearly expect a hobbit or a forest mythical person to leap out and welcome you on appearance. Visitors must explore a swinging rope scaffold to get to the rainforest inn. Ideally, there is certifiably not a legendary troll toad at one side of the scaffold. Number 1. Book a sandcastle. As kids, huge numbers of us may have longed for living in the sandcastles we based on the seashore throughout our late spring excursions. In the Netherlands, it is conceivable to book one of 2 exceptionally made sandcastles for your night's remain. The transitory sandcastles were initially worked in 2015 as a major aspect of a yearly sandcastle production celebration in the inland towns of Ossemsneck. Curiously, neither one of the towns is any place close to the seas, and able stone carvers reconstruct the expound sandcastles each late spring, permitting visitors to remain in rooms made totally from sand. The sandcastles are finished with expound turrets and channels. The dividers and roofs have been blessed to receive first all disintegrating, and the rooms are embellished with sand models. The sandy floors are secured with mats, so there is no compelling reason to take sandy feet to bed with you around evening time.